Tadej Pogacar is back in the Tour de France, taking the stage win up at the top of the Côte d'Arrêt, the first summit finish of the 2023 edition, and taking time, precious time, from Jonas Vingegaard on site here at the base of the Côte d'Arrêt, where Tadej Pogacar worked his magic. The two-time Tour de France champion rode free from Jonas Vingegaard 2.7 kilometers after following on his wheel all the way up to 16.5 kilometer climb. Finally, he let it go, and he let it go so hard. Jonas had no answer, and Jonas appeared to crack. After yesterday, Jonas gaining precious time. Well, today, it was Tadej's turn on the line. He gained around 24 seconds, plus the 4 seconds in bonies. He got 10, 6, and 4. Jonas finished second. He would have gained around 29, 28 seconds on the stage. Massive, massive win for Tadej Pogacar after one day when it looked like he might not be fully recovered from that wrist injury, the wrist fracture that he suffered in Liège-Bastogne-Liège on April 24th, I think it was. He only raced 2 races coming into the Tour de France, the Slovenian National Championships, the TT, and the road race, so there were doubts. But here we are, stage 6 of the Tour de France, on site here in Côte d'Arrêt, 144.9 kilometers from Tarbes here to the Côte d'Arrêt. And if cycling awarded an MVP, well, that award would go today to Wout van Aert on the attack at kilometer 0, joined by Julian Alaphilippe. Looked like something similar to yesterday. Jumbo-Visma wanted to really turn the screws and put Tadej in an early grave. So Wout van Aert was on the attack. UAE only had Matteo Trentin up in the move. Afterwards, I spoke with Matteo Trentin over there, so you'll see that interview later. They only had Matteo Trentin. He is not a climber, but it was an important man to get into the move. Wout van Aert, Neilson Powless, another rider, was bridging up. They had 15 up the road, a group of 5 with Neilson Powless was coming up because Neilson wanted to get the KOM jersey back from Felix Gall. And he did so over the Col d'Aspin, getting the points there up at the top of the Tourmalet. Well, that's when everything started to fall apart. The group was being shredded by Jumbo-Visma. Back behind, up ahead was the escape group, still with Wout van Aert leading that group. But behind Jumbo-Visma, Wilco Kelderman, Sepp Kuss driving the pace, and that yellow jersey group with Jai Hindley was just disintegrating. All that was left was Jai Hindley, and then bam, 50 kilometers to go. Jai Hindley, the race leader, the Maillot Jaune, cracks. He slips behind. Shortly thereafter, Jonas Vingegaard launches his first attack of the day to try to distance Tadej Pogacar. He distanced Jai Hindley, that's for sure. That was the work of Jumbo-Visma, Wilco Kelderman, and Sepp Kuss. But now Jonas Vingegaard was further distancing Jai Hindley and trying to get rid of Tadej Pogacar. He couldn't do it on that big massive descent down the Tourmalet. Remember, they were up around 2,000, over 2,000 meters at the top of the Tourmalet, dropping down into the Pyrenean valleys for this final kicker, 16.5 kilometers up to the line. At some point, Wout van Aert drops back. He's back there in a group, and that group becomes the lead group. It has Tobias Johannesson from Uno X. It has James Shaw from EF Education Easy Post, also Neilson Powless. But all those riders were beginning to be shredded. Wout van Aert was doing a massive pull on the front to set things up, similar to what he did last year on the Hautacam with Jonas Vingegaard in the yellow jersey. Today, Jonas was in the yellow and black jersey of Jumbo-Visma. After Wout did his thing, around 4.5 kilometers to go, Jonas goes on the attack, but Tadej follows, unlike yesterday, and Tadej is smooth, keeps pedaling, looks calm. Jonas starts to crank it up again at another point. Not a serious all-out attack, but he's pushing the limits of Tadej, but it doesn't work. It doesn't crack Tadej. Tadej looks back a couple different times, perhaps timing when he would launch that eventual attack, and he did so. 2.7 kilometers to go. Bam! Tadej's blazing up the road. This is the Tadej we know from 2020, from 2021, when he won the Tour de France. And last year, even if he wasn't in the yellow jersey lead, he was attacking day in and day out. It looks like Tadej is back, folks, and he's up the road. Jonas, he recovers a bit, but frankly, he looked like he was cracking and definitely on the ropes, but he limits his losses to around 25 seconds, 24 seconds there on the finish line. But chapeau, Tadej Pogacar, what a great day of racing, and a great day of racing for cycling fans, because the race is back on after yesterday when Jonas Vingegaard looked like he just opened it up and it was going to be clear sailing towards Paris, as it was in the Criterium du Dauphiné a few weeks back. No, 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 no. UAE Team Emirates has other ideas. Tadej Pogacar back in the game, stage winner here at the Tour de France. And the yellow jersey, well, that goes over to Jonas Vingegaard. The two big A-list riders are at the top of the Tour de France as we end stage 6.